You always want to tell a fun, exciting story. And every time I've ever made a movie, I go into it going, I want this to be the best movie ever made.
Jack Black just blew the lid off Disney's biggest disaster in years. The beloved comedy star reportedly confronted Snow White's lead actress in a heated face-off that left everyone speechless and might have pushed her straight into therapy. This explosive showdown between the Minecraft movie hero and Disney's chosen princess has rocked Hollywood to its core. What began as a quiet industry event erupted into the confrontation nobody saw coming, with the School of Rock star allegedly calling out the Snow White actress for disrespecting the classic fairy tale that generations have treasured. The clash sent immediate shockwaves through Tinseltown. According to multiple insiders who witnessed the exchange, Black didn't hold back, challenging why she seemed to mock the very story that made Disney famous and why fans were being labeled as trolls.
You ever wonder what happens when you mix hot lava and chicken?
For loving the original tale. Sources claim the confrontation happened backstage at a major Hollywood event where both stars were appearing. What started as casual conversation reportedly turned serious when Black brought up the controversial Snow White interviews that had been setting social media on fire. One witness described the scene as suddenly ice cold, as Black supposedly questioned why someone chosen for such an iconic role would speak so dismissively about it. It was like watching two different worlds of Hollywood collide, one source revealed. On one side, Jack Black representing the entertain people first approach, and on the other, a new philosophy about updating classics, whether audiences want it or not.
I only have one gear, bro. It's all the way. Bleep it if you must.
The most explosive moment allegedly came when Black pointed out the stark box office difference between their films. He wasn't yelling, but everyone could hear it, said another insider. He basically said that while she was calling fans trolls for wanting a faithful adaptation, his silly block movie was breaking records because it respected what people loved about Minecraft in the first place. Several people in the room reportedly froze, waiting for the response. When the Snow White star tried to defend the creative changes, Black supposedly cut in with the line that echoed through Hollywood. This isn't about being modern, it's about remembering why people fell in love with these stories in the first place.
What an idiot I've been as a young person in this industry who has no filter and no idea what she's doing.
But things went sideways fast when fans started hearing about all the changes to the classic story they loved. The Seven Dwarfs, gone. The charming prince, nearly cut out. The love story, completely reworked. Even the basic message of the original tale was getting a total makeover. Behind the scenes, something was brewing that nobody saw coming. While Snow White was busy changing everything about the classic story, another movie was taking a completely different approach. The Minecraft movie, starring Hollywood favorite Jack Black, was embracing what fans loved about the game rather than trying to fix it.
What's the Disney character you identify with most? Mickey, Nemo, Peter Pan, or Dumbo? Dumbo. That's sad, but yeah, like...
Well. How the turntables...
The first warning signs appeared online when clips from Snow White interviews started catching fire. Not the good kind of fire, the kind that makes studio executives break out in cold sweats. Fans weren't happy about the changes, and they were even less happy about how the star seemed to mock the original story that millions had grown up loving. Then came the day that turned a struggling movie into a full-blown Hollywood crisis. According to people who were there, Jack Black and Snow White's star found themselves in the same room at an industry event. What happened next sent shockwaves through Tinseltown faster than celebrity gossip on social media. The confrontation wasn't planned, Jack Black wasn't supposed to become the voice of frustrated fans, but when these two stars clashed, everyone in the room felt the temperature drop. Black, riding high on his Minecraft success, reportedly asked the question many were thinking but few dared to say: why tear down what people love instead of building something new on that foundation?
Like, who has been the most exciting person for you tonight?
Oh my God.
Besides me.
Took the words out of my mouth.
The numbers told a story no amount of PR spin could fix. Snow White theaters sat nearly empty, while Minecraft screenings were packed wall to wall with cheering fans. On one incredible weekend, Minecraft pulled in 30 times more money than Snow White, despite costing less to make and having far less marketing behind it. What made this box office battle so fascinating wasn't just the numbers. It was what those numbers revealed about what audiences really want. Minecraft wasn't trying to lecture viewers or fix a beloved world. It was having fun, making people laugh, and inviting everyone to join the party, rather than sitting them down for a lesson. The contrast couldn't have been more striking. While one star was reportedly sitting alone in an empty theater showing her movie, Jack Black was crowd surfing above, screaming fans at packed Minecraft screenings.
I'm a narcissist.
The internet noticed, and the memes spread like wildfire, making the situation even worse for Disney's struggling fairy tale. Social media turned into a battlefield overnight. Fans created side-by-side comparisons showing empty Snow White theaters next to packed Minecraft screenings. Hashtags like Minecraft sweep and Snow White flop started trending globally. One viral tweet with millions of views simply showed the box office numbers with the caption, "When you respect your audience versus when you lecture them." The online reaction wasn't just about numbers, it was personal. Fans who grew up loving Snow White felt insulted by how their childhood memories were being treated. "It's not that we don't want updated stories," one viral post explained. "We just don't want to be told our favorite fairy tales were problematic all along."
Because right now there's more dwarves on this podcast than there are in the new Snow White movie. And that's probably due to Peter Dinklage.
Yep.
YouTubers jumped on the controversy, creating hundreds of videos analyzing what went wrong. Comment sections filled with heated debates about Hollywood's approach to classics. Disney's social media accounts became flooded with comments from disappointed fans, forcing them to limit interactions on certain platforms. Even celebrities and filmmakers began weighing in, creating a full-blown cultural moment that extended far beyond typical movie discussions. Even cartoon comedies joined the pile-on, with a famous animated show creating an episode that poked fun at Disney's approach to remaking classics. For Snow White's star, already dealing with waves of criticism, this extra layer of mockery turned a bad situation into an unbearable one. Behind closed doors at Disney, panic buttons were being pressed.
When I was a child, I used to think Snow White was a Japanese lady. She has geisha-like pale skin, black hair, and tends to 7 ugly white men.
The star was suddenly pulled from scheduled TV appearances, press tours were canceled overnight, whispers about emergency film reshoots spread through Hollywood faster than free coffee at a morning meeting. The studio that perfected fairy tale magic was suddenly scrambling to avoid a complete disaster. Industry insiders claim Disney's CEO was demanding answers about how a billion-dollar investment could go so wrong. "This was supposed to be a celebration of our most iconic story," one source reported him saying. "How did it turn into something that makes our audience feel attacked for loving the original?" The aftermath hit harder than anyone expected. Reports surfaced that Snow White's star was deeply affected by the backlash, with multiple industry sources claiming she needed professional support to handle the tsunami of criticism. According to insiders, she was blindsided by the intensity of the fan response.
What would you say to those who are just kind of overly critiquing the film at this point? You've worked so hard on it.
And unprepared for how quickly her comments spread online. She genuinely believed she was modernizing the character in a positive way, one source close to the production revealed. When the backlash hit, it was overwhelming. No one had prepared her for becoming the face of everything people disliked about Hollywood's approach to classics. The pressure apparently became unbearable after the Jack Black confrontation made headlines. Her usually active social media accounts went completely dark overnight. Her team reportedly hired a crisis management firm specializing in celebrity image rehabilitation, and she withdrew from several upcoming public appearances that had been scheduled months in advance. When she finally broke her silence after weeks, it was only with a simple black background and white text story that read,
The original cartoon came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Weird.
Taking time away to heal and reflect, thank you to those who've shown kindness. The brief message generated thousands of responses, some supportive, but many continuing to criticize her approach to the beloved character. Friends of the actress reportedly told entertainment journalists that she was devastated by how the situation unfolded and felt thrown under the bus by studio executives who had encouraged her modern take on Snow White during production. Disney insiders claimed the star had been instructed to emphasize the film's progressive elements in interviews, only to be left alone to face the consequences when audiences rejected this approach. The psychological toll became so significant that rumors spread about her considering backing out of other major projects, though her representatives denied these claims. What was meant to be her crowning moment as Disney royalty had transformed into what one industry veteran called a masterclass in how not to launch a career. Meanwhile, Minecraft was creating the kind of genuine cultural moment studios dream about.
We have a different approach to what I'm sure a lot of people will assume is a love story, just because, like, we cast a guy in the movie. Andrew Burnap, great dude. All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
What started as a few teenagers showing up to screenings in formal suits quickly exploded into a global phenomenon that even Jack Black couldn't have predicted. Theater managers reported groups of 20-30 teens arriving in full formal wear, creating impromptu red carpet moments in mall multiplexes across the country. The Minecraft gentleman trend, as it became known online, transformed ordinary movie showings into cultural events. Videos of teens bowing to each other before entering theaters racked up millions of views. Theaters began reporting sold-out suit-only screenings, where hundreds of young fans would stand and applaud at key moments in the film. "We've never seen anything like it," one theater manager told reporters. "These kids are treating a movie about blocks like it's the event of the year, and somehow that's exactly what it's become."
Excuse me, your curtain. Please allow me to help.
Help? From you?
I didn't mean to offend. I just thought you should know that
I should know what?
The phenomenon grew beyond suits. Fans started bringing Minecraft pickaxes made of cardboard, wearing creeper masks, and chanting Black's lines in unison. Some theaters reported that teenagers were returning for their 5th or 6th viewing, each time bringing new friends to join the celebration. Most surprising was how this wasn't planned by any marketing team. It was entirely fan-created. While Disney was spending millions trying to generate excitement for Snow White, Minecraft audiences were creating their own magical experience that money couldn't buy. Without explicit intent, the block-based movie had tapped into something authentic that made people feel part of something bigger than just watching a film. What does this Hollywood showdown teach us about what we really want from our entertainment? The answer seems simpler than all the studio overthinking. Audiences don't mind updates to classic stories.
Get over your entitlement. I'm not some damsel in distress waiting for you to ride in on your high horse.
But they can tell when a movie respects what made them fall in love with a story in the first place. For Disney, the damage control was just beginning. Toy stores quietly reduced their Snow White merchandise orders. Theme park plans for new Snow White attractions were put on hold. Investors started asking uncomfortable questions about whether Disney's strategy of remaking classics had finally hit a wall. The most ironic part of this whole Hollywood drama, it was Jack Black, the star famous for silly comedies and playing a kung fu fighting panda, who ended up being the serious voice in the room. By simply making a fun movie that respected its audience, he accidentally exposed the biggest mistake entertainment companies can make, forgetting that their job is to entertain, not lecture. As both films continue their very different journeys, one thing is certain: this clash between Snow White and Minecraft has changed how Hollywood thinks about remaking beloved classics. The next time a studio plans to reimagine a favorite story, they might remember the cautionary tale of the princess who lost her audience, and the blocky video game that won their hearts by simply having fun. For now, Disney is left picking up the pieces of a shattered fairy tale, while Minecraft builds an unexpected empire one block at a time. Hollywood's magic mirror has spoken, and the message is clear: respect your audience, and they'll reward you at the box office. Ignore them, and even the most expensive magic spell can't save you.